In this video, you will learn to stitch together the pieces of an Angrakha. To learn how to apply binding on an Angrakha, watch the previous video. Open out the front panels on the table and align them with the required overlap as shown. We shall start by joining the two front panels at the edge of the binding right here. Remember to leave about 2.5 inches above the hemline unstitched for flexibility. With the needle aligned to the stitch of the binding, make a reverse stitch and work your way up to the first corner. Make a reverse stitch before cutting the thread. Ensure that the stitch is consistent. If the stitch is satisfactory, you can proceed to join the front panels to the back piece. Before stitching the side seams, we shall stitch together the shoulders. Take the back piece and place it on top of the front panels such that the facing sides of the garment are in contact. Flip the panels so the front pieces are on top. Now, align the corresponding shoulders of the front and back pieces. Starting from the corner made with the neckline, create a reverse stitch and work towards the end of the shoulder line. Make a reverse stitch at the end of the line. Lift the presser foot and flip the garment around to create a second stitch over the first one, this time starting from the corner of the armhole. Stitch off the edge at the end of the neckline and cut the thread. Repeat the same process on the second shoulder. Now that the front and back pieces are joined together at the shoulders, you can proceed to apply binding along the armholes. Open out the facing side of the garment and finger press the shoulder seams. We shall now apply the same binding method shown in the previous video to finish the edges of the armholes. Place a strip of bias tape against the back surface of the garment, aligning it to the raw edge of the armhole. Stitch the edges together. Now, cut out the strip, finger press the stitch, fold in the free edge of the bias tape, and stitch the double folded. Repeat the steps on the second armhole. Ensure that the stitch is consistent and cut away any excess binding. You may now stitch the side seams. Turn over to the back surface of the garment. Align the edges of the two layers and down from the corner of the armhole to the hem. Start with a reverse stitch. Maintain the seam allowance half an inch from the raw edge. End at the notch with a second reverse stitch again, working past the hemline. Cut the thread and repeat the same process along the opposite side. You have now learned how to stitch together the pieces of an Angrakha. To learn how to stitch the hem, watch the next video.